Thank you to Koei Tecmo for providing me the game to make this review possible.
Stop! He's already dead!
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is the definitive version of the game with the same name, and it is developed and published by Koei Tecmo. With 2025 seemingly being the year of the ninja, with like 3 or 4 Ninja Gaiden related games releasing, Koei Tecmo decides, you know what, let's release a definitive edition of one of our classics. But was Borderline redoing this game in a new engine worth the risk? Or should it have been kept in our memories? Only one way to find out, so let's slice them up! Gameplay. Welcome back to the era of not being offended by everything and anything, or being disturbed by blood and gore. No, that era is not the current era. No way, not even close. But the era I am talking about is the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. During this time period, nothing was censored really at all, and it was filled with overly excessive gore and crude language, wild action spots, and stuff nowadays that makes you think, how the heck did that ever end up being in an actual game? Just like Viva Pinata. Okay, no, there will be no Viva Pinata slander here. I love that weird old franchise. But the fact remains true, it was a different day and age back then, and developers were able to take more of a risk. So much so that they actually decided to release Duke Nukem Forever in a move that confused us all, but we played and suffered through it cause why not? Now flash forward to 2025, and we have some of that aspect of the 360 era back and full frontal with the release of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. With the promise of bringing the gritty aggressiveness that the Ninja Gaiden series is known for, and enhancing it for PC and consoles by giving the original game's graphics a bit of a polish to bring it up to date with the modern era standards. Thankfully, without the ultra brown era that was left behind during the Xbox 360 era, where everything had a weird brown and orange tint to it, and no one knew what the hell the word color palette meant. I'm looking at you, Golden Axe. If you aren't up to date on the happenings for this title, then it's rather simple to be honest. Via the narrative, you take on the role of that ninja, Ryu Hayabusa.
You're that ninja.
Yes, Snake, he's that ninja. That's what I just said.
Psycho Mantis.
No, Snake, it's not Psycho Mantis.
Rex.
Go away. The mission for Ryu involves him on a quest to take down and stop the Black Spider Clan from pulling a rise from your grave altered beast moment and reviving demonic archfiends, all of which in the meantime, your journey takes you through tons of chaotic and blood-filled encounters, through Mayan jungles, and even through areas inspired by Russian locations. The level variety isn't stellar because obviously this isn't a brand new game. It's basically a remake in a different engine, and still a product of its era, but at the very least with new graphic enhancements, it still makes the world you're inside feel more realized and livable than it was in the past due to hardware limitations. But even with the limitations of the 360 era, you still can't help but look back on it fondly as that clumsy little console doing its best to fit into an environment they do not belong in, just like Haru.
Wait up! Goodbye, everyone!
Keeping in the sheer level of absurdity that the Ninja Gaiden franchise is known for, which is brimmed to the teeth with action, you slice, cut, deorgan a variety of enemies that range from ninja swarms that you encounter in destroyed buildings and villages, fight lichens in a gladiator type of arena, and yell to everybody watching your bloody rampage and asking, "Are you not entertained?" And if they aren't entertained, well then, they die too. Yes, even with your murderous rampage and leaving everyone's intestines all over the ground, it still remains rather charming due to how relentless the game is via its overall pacing of the combat flow and the enemy variety you encounter. Granted, the game isn't as difficult as Ninja Gaiden Black was back in the day, but it's still very commendable and gives players a good mix of foes to the point where nothing starts to feel overly monotonous. Only thing that's really been overly done in relation to this title is the media itself, with every article going, "This is the Souls-like game for the Ninja Gaiden series." Like, bro, shush it. Not everything is Souls-like or should be compared to it. I mean, it's like eating greasy food from a normal taco place, having a poo and it went relatively well, only with minor conveniences. But then you eat at Taco Bell and blow up the damn toilet to the point you pray for death to come due to the pain and suffering. Then going on social media and writing, "I just had, like, the best Souls-like version of pooping after eating Taco Bell," like, you don't even know. Yes, I'm annoyed, and that was too much info, so sorry, moving on. The game's performance on PC feels smooth as butter and with very few instances of frame rate dips, even stuttering, with only the mishaps technical-wise being some of the environments not being 100% up to snuff due to, again, this being a remake of an older game, so it's to be expected overall. But it is saved to an extent thanks to the modern advancements using dynamic lighting that make some older and even muddier textures look sleek and new even if they aren't, and it keeps the immersion going tenfold. The bad textures still aren't as grand and legend as the door from Final Fantasy VII Remake though, or the square-shaped grapes in Final Fantasy XIV, those of which will live on forever in infamy. Praise the almighty door, for I am not worthy! Back on the combat side, which you already know is bloody and gory like it's something out of a Terrifier movie, with Art the Clown, you get to slice people to bits using limb dismembering executions with a good chunk of combo possibilities to pull off as well, from the slick on the ground combos, to with speed or powerful combos, to overwhelm an opponent before they have any clue what's going on due to the way you can strategically pick which weapons add more layer to the combat focus situation you are in by experimenting with each new weapon you obtain to see which gives you the advantage power-wise, speed-wise, or strategy-wise. You pick. But positives aside, this is also where you start running into some of the negatives that will get in the way as well, starting with the hard difficulty. What is Ninja Gaiden largely known for? Difficulty. Yes, that's right, difficulty. While this game isn't a walk in the park and still possesses some challenge, its hard difficulty remains relatively tame and not as much of a difficulty spike as you would expect it to be, thus leaving you with a semi-feeling of repetitiveness due to how underwhelming it can feel since it doesn't really change much from playing on normal mode to hard mode. Huge bummer. Beyond the difficulty woes, the camera system still feels flawed and cumbersome, and doesn't feel as natural as it should given the modernization of the game itself, and has issues with its lock-on system which can either get you killed or badly damaged, directly affecting your next boss fight should you be near one, which is no fun. And don't get me started on how many cuss words were thrown out of my mouth during some of the platforming sections, because if I said them now, I'd probably be banned for all the words and made-up words that I came up with. Oh yeah, it's that bad.
You're that
Snake, watch your mouth! Overall, at the end of the day, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black ends up being a really fun and violent time, albeit with some issues here and there, with wonky camera work and difficulty level on hard mode, not really living up to its name that it was built upon throughout the franchise's entries. However, with fast and intense combat, varied combos and weapons to use to take down foes, improved visuals that provides better fidelity for the environments, and a no-apologetic nostalgia ride that is the stuff B-movies are made of, makes this title for any Ninja Gaiden fan a must-play, whether you purchase it on PlayStation, PC, or Xbox Game Pass. So with all that having been said, my verdict is clear. Game and Chick says bye now.
You're that ninja.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Psycho Mantis.